Hello everyone, it's Michelle here from 3Ps, and today I want to share with you another little beverage that you could throw together in some little food safe bags like I've got here, and put in some pocket letters for the holidays. Create a little warm beverage drink. Now what I have here in this packet is going to make a full-size drink. This will make an 8-ounce beverage or in a coffee cup. So what I have in here is a teaspoon of instant coffee, a teaspoon of hot cocoa mix, and then a teaspoon of some stevia. Now you could, put whatever kind of sweetener you want there, but stevia is what I use here at the house. So that's what I've put in here. And so I actually make this for myself quite a bit here at the house. It's kind of like probably those international coffees that you see, the little instant coffee cans that you can buy. I mean, you could do that as well. You could fill up one of these little packs with the flavored instant coffee, enough that would make a cup of, something to drink. A full-size cup would probably fit in one of these bags as well. But I don't have that here, so I just mix together a little beverage that I make for myself here, and it's actually pretty good. It's kind of like a homemade version of a like a mocha coffee mocha drink. So it's actually pretty yummy, but it is a bit sweet. And so if if you don't like really sweet beverages, then you probably wouldn't want to drink this, but it's actually pretty good. So I decided I decided I wanted to share some of it with some family and friends for the holidays. And so the way I've packaged these up is I've wrapped them like little gifts. And I've got a couple versions of how you can do that here. Now, if you've got a paper like this one here, I'll pull this one out and show you. This paper here, I actually got it in the Target dollar spot, I think last summer, or I've had this paper for so long. I didn't realize it when I bought it, but it's extremely thin. It almost feels like tissue paper, and I don't know, I'm afraid it's going to tear or maybe rip during shipment or when I send it out. Now, it'll go fine just like this here inside of a pocket letter. It slides just fine. Here's a little sleeve here, but I mean, it slides perfectly fine down inside the pocket letter with no problems, or inside this little sleeve. But like I said, the paper is really thin. So if you're using some kind of tissue paper or some kind of really thin paper to maybe wrap this in, I would recommend putting it in something. Like I use my wood burning tool. You could use a fuse if you have one. And I just trim down the sides from a full size, as you can see here, like this is the full size pocket. And I just trimmed away just enough on each side and fused that down so that it would slide, make a little protective sleeve inside of the pocket letter. And so I feel like that's just going to keep that paper protected while it's being shipped to the recipient. So that's one way. Now, if you don't have this, a way to fuse that together, something else you can do, and what I've done here, is just use a little like protective sheeting. You can probably use a pocket protector sleeves, the solid ones, and just trim it up and make you like a band, which is what I've done here. I made a little band around it. It's all stuck together. I'd pull it out, and it's wrapped around it, so it creates a little protective surface around this paper, just so it hopefully won't tear up when it's being mailed. Now, if you don't have, this one here is just regular wrapping paper, regular standard, pretty thick wrapping paper. So I don't think this is going to mess up as bad or will tear up. I think it'll be just fine, just like shipping a present. But like I said, if you've got something thin, maybe a tissue paper or a thin paper that you're afraid might tear, then you can fuse you down some little mini pockets and then stick it in a little protective sleeve like this. So that's just what I've done for these, just so for my own peace of mind, so they don't tear. And then this one here, I just wrap like a present, regular wrapping paper, and I didn't double tag it. These here, these little wooden tags I got at Target, and their dollar spot. They were 6 for $1. The package has already been used, or I'd show you the package, and I just wrote on a little tag behind it. Now I did use some of these little protective circles, sticker circles that you can get for, using binders, just so that this right here won't tear off, and will stay in place. And then I just wrote what's in it. It contains coffee, cocoa, and stevia. And then I just put the instructions and a little enjoy. And then on this side, for this one, I just wrote instant holiday coffee and cocoa mix, and I put a little snowflake stamp. And then I'll put this in their pocket letter, and it would, or will, slide in just like that. And then they've got a little Christmas gift to open, a little beverage little warm drink that they can have. And then for this one, I just cut out this tag from some scrap cardstock that I had left over from making some pocket letters, and I just trimmed it down and made a tag. But I did use this as a template. I just cut around so that it was kind of the same size, because I like this size. And then for this one, I just wrote on the back what it was, an instant mix, and kind of abbreviated, wrote less on the back of this. And I just stuck a little, this is reindeer paper, so I had little reindeers that I got from the Dollar Tree. They come in, again, the package has already been opened, but it's a mix that looks like this, and it's got various little stickers, holiday stickers in it. And I just stuck that on the front of this, and then it'll do the same thing. I'll just slide it into their pocket letter like that, and it makes a little warm gift for them to open, and hopefully have a nice little warm beverage for the holidays. So this is what they're going to look like, and I can all I've done is basically get some wrapping paper. You're going to wrap this up like you would a gift, and that's what I'm going to do here. Just going to wrap this up. I think everybody knows how to wrap gifts, but I can do this really quick. And just wrap this up like you would a normal present, and folding it up like this. Oh, I'm off camera, I'm sorry. Now, when you're wrapping, you're probably going to make this a heck of a lot neater than what I'm doing. Making it nice and pretty. Not being quick and in a hurry because you're making a video. So then it just, actually I think I messed that up. Shoot. Let's peel this back up real quick. You want to make sure that this part stays up. So let's try that again. Making sure that stays up so that you can poke a hole through it to tie on your string and tag. And I'm really making a mess out of this. Let's find it's right there. So I want to make sure I leave plenty of room for that. Yeah, this looks like garbage. Let's start this over, because this looks like Pootie. I'm so sorry. Let's fold this down first, just so I make sure I know that this is up. I'm going to do this bottom part here. Now, if you want, you could just use some double-sided tape, stick that down, but just for today, I'm just going to use good old Scotch tape. So that's what I have in front of me, and that's what I'm going to use. All right, so I'm just going to fold these sides up like this. And again, you'll take your time with this and make it, better than what I'm currently doing, because this is very messy to me. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of tape, and we're going to tape that down. Okay, so then you're left with something that looks kind of like this. And like I said, you want to make sure that this top flap that's inside is up, because you're going to need that to poke your hole in, because you don't want to poke a hole through where the stuff is sealed up. You don't want it to fall out. So with that there, let me grab a, I don't know what I did. Oh, here it is. I'll get it together in a minute. All right, I just used one of these as a template and just laid it on top and just cut around it. Nothing real fancy. You can use a trimmer or some kind of, or if you want to trace it, you can do that too, but I'm just going to snip this away around it. It works. Oops, sorry. So I got me a little tag. Now for this here, the cardstock is pretty heavy duty. So I'm only going to put a little adhesive ring on the back. Like this. I'm not worrying about the other side because this is pretty solid on this side. And just as a side note, for people who are purchasing items for crafting, I would suggest or recommend that you invest in a pretty good hole punch. I thought they would all be the same, and they aren't. This one gets stuck all the time. I bought it for like 70 cents at the grocery store in their school supply section. And yeah, it doesn't like punching through things very well. So then you get your little tag, and I just write on the back, you know, what it is. It's a holiday coffee and cocoa mix. Okay, and then I just put what they need to do. Add 8 ounces of hot water. There we go. So then there's your little instruction tag. Now, of course, you can make this, you know, make this all look really fancy and professionally wrapped. But I figured they're just going to tear it open anyway. Then we're going to punch a hole, and this is where a nice hole puncher would come in handy instead of this one that I have that is terrible. Alright, so we have the little hole here. And I'm just going to put some string in it. Now, the string or the baker's twine I'm using, I got this at the Target dollar spot. They have one like this in the red and the green, and then they have one in the blue and the white. So for this one, I think I will go, let's go red. We'll do red. I'm just going to snip this off. It's probably way more than I need, but oh well. And you'll just, you know, put your, put it through the holes and tie it up in a bow. And then stick it in your pocket letter. Now, I mean, you could probably package these in a number of ways. I think there's some little organza bags. You could get some little envelopes. You can make your own little envelope cards and put, you know, make it like a fancy little Christmas gift there. I mean, that's completely up to you. Now, if you don't want to make your own mix like I've done here, you can go get those. I think it's the International Coffees make those pre-mixed kind. So you can just scoop out the right amount. I think I'll do a stocking on this one. That's cute. A little red stocking. Just on the front of the tag. Real simple. Nothing overly fancy, but if you want to give something that is more like a gift for this time of year, you know, that's a warm cup of something warm to drink, then this might be a good idea for you. So again, the pack here, it does make a full 8-ounce cup of coffee or beverage, and it's a teaspoon of instant coffee, doesn't matter the brand or kind, a teaspoon of cocoa mix, again, that doesn't matter either, and then a teaspoon of sweetener. Now, I've put stevia in here, so that's what this is stevia. So, yeah. Oh, and I forgot to write that on here. Oops. Forgot to write what was in it on the back. Oh, well. But anyway, so, excuse me, maybe that'll give you guys a nice some holiday choices that you can put in a friend or someone's pocket letter for them to drink up for the holidays. So thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a great day.